Well, many Australians at the moment are being reminded of the experiences they had with the Queen when she visited Australia in 1970.
Our next guest met Queen Elizabeth II when she was just 9 years old, and joining us live now is Townsville resident Vicki Saylor. Vicki, good morning to you. So bring us up to speed with your story. When did you meet the Queen and how did it come about, and what did she say to you?
Okay, so I was 9 going on 10, as you said, and I remember as a little girl watching the Queen coming, further north, and the little girls were all, getting chosen to give the bouquet of flowers to the Queen. And I used to just say to Mum, please let me see it on television. I was in awe of it all because a real live Queen and was coming to Australia. I asked my mum, do you think that a little black girl would be chosen when it comes to Townsville? And she said, oh, that probably won't happen. And I said, oh, well, that's okay. But little did we know that I was going to be chosen. And this all came about because my father at the time was on the OPAL, One People of Australia League. Neville Bonner at the time was the national leader, and he was on the. It was about assimilating Black Indigenous Australians into mainstream through having a voice with housing and all those kinds of decision-making processes. And they came up to Dad and just asked him if he had a daughter that would be around this age, and voila, here it is. And I was the privileged little girl at that time.
Wow, that is such an incredible story. It's incredible. Sorry. And you've written a social media post in tribute to her where it's so thoughtful, Vicki. So she's had such a big impact in your life. I mean, why do you think that is? It's hard to articulate, isn't it?
I think and I'm getting emotional now thinking about it. I think for me, it was a time in with all of what's going on, all the discussions about Republic, all this sort of stuff. It was that day when I felt like we came together as a community and a region, and I represented that region. And today, even today, I still feel that when people will stop me in the street over the years, and that's why the memory has been able to keep very alive. It was not about black and white. It was about somebody representing their region. And I think, sometimes we don't celebrate this enough. And, I think it was like that day, everybody wanted a piece of the action. The only thing my mum had to pay for were my knickers. Somebody wanted to pay for my hairstyle, someone wanted to pay for my stockings, shoes, every little bit, because they all wanted to be a part of it. And I think that's the thing about the Queen, regardless of what has happened. When my dad died, he was a very well-known man, and one of the statements that came out when he died was that my dad was able to love from the guttermost to the uttermost. And I think for the Queen, she had that ability, as we have heard over many, many conversations, that she had the ability to make everybody feel very special and very valued, and she was very present when she was talked to them.
It's a great story, Vicki Saylor, and thank you so much for telling it to us this morning. Appreciate it. It's great seeing those older photos too. Just
so
fantastic.
Amazing.